As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
I know I'd go from rags to riches if you would only say you care. And though my pocket may be empty, I'd be a millionaire.
Alright, let's get this over with.
What's material?
State your name for the record, please.
Brock Alfredo Johnson Whataburger III.
That's not what they used to call you. They used to call you the Rock, is that correct?
Haven't heard that name in a long time. They don't call me that anymore.
Alright. So, tell me about the start of the mob in Dexter.
Let's get one thing straight here. I only work for the waste management business.
Fine. When did the waste management business start?
Well, the mob started when the families immigrated from East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, Beirut, Lebanon, and Jyväskylä, Finland.
Can you tell me about these families?
The families all had one thing in common. Their lust for power and their support for animal rights.
So, how did these families rise to power?
For that, I have to go back to where it all started. Back in those days, Dexter was a lawless village. Roman gangs ruled the streets, the Battle of Dexter raged on, and general chaos ensued. Actually, I have to go back further. Further. Oh wait, no, further back. Whoa, watch out, keep going. It all started when a condensed speck of energy exploded out into... Wait, that's too far. Hey, go forward again. Stop. It was a day like any other day. Those were simpler times.
Hey, Jane, can you pass me the gabagool?
Get your own fucking gabagool, you fish stick.
Boys, please, we got business to discuss. Those McDonald's are at it again.
Curse those handsome devils.
It's cool with their Great Legs.
That's the third time today.
That's true, they've been getting more aggressive, which brings us to the business. The Coke racket just ain't profitable anymore. Who would have thought that Pepsi could have ruined our business? Well, any ideas, boys?
Yeah, well, for starters, Pepsi is sweeter. Pepsi is also characterized by its citrusy flavor burst, unlike the more raisiny vanilla taste of Coke. Although the flavor burst doesn't last long, it is able to hook you on the first sip. Pepsi is overall just more flavorful, and it is smoother taste than Coke. And then Crystal Pepsi came on the scene. Don't even get me started, boss!
Oh, I'm not talking about the Pepsi. I'm talking about our ideas for the future. We need a new market if we're to stay in business and keep the boys in Finland happy. And we need one quickly. Any ideas?
Oh. For the last time, Slip and Jimmy, you don't have to raise your hand. Oh, right. So, well, I was on one of my usual Sunday strolls, just walking by, and I saw Mr. Clarkson. I said hello. I saw Mr. Jones.
Get on with it, Jimmy.
Right. So, anyways, I passed by the Dexter library, right? And I think we got something in the business there.
Oh, bingo!
What are you, Stunad? What's the big deal?
Well, boss, there's a big market for the streets nowadays for B. It's huge!
B?
Books.
Sounds interesting. I'll look into it. Boys, stick out that book sale.
Right, boss?
That's when we began hustling B. We struggled to get into the racket at first, but once we managed to get it up and running, it took off. And that's when business began. The library sourced their books from upstate, who would then pass them down to us. We'd hit up the local library and check out their books. Then we rent those out to other people.
You got the moolah? Better bring that back on time.
We had so much money, we didn't know what to do with it.
$22 million in 3 fucking hours! So, what are we doing at the harbor, boss?
Well, boys, I think you're onto something with this book hustling operation here. We're making more money than ever, but I've noticed you guys have been struggling.
You got it covered.
Irregardless, I've decided to bring in a new recruit. He's a scrappy young thing, fresh from the Yakuza headquarters in Kobe, Japan. Let me introduce to you, Griffin, Never Let Me Go, Ishiguro.
I don't know what you're thinking with this guy, boss. You're not. Oh!
What'd I tell you?
I don't know, boss. I think you could still use some work. Introducing Griffin Sweet and Sticky Sauce Ishigarissimo. How you doing?
Bravissimo! Griffintino was just what we needed to expand our operations. We expanded into other genres, non-fiction, sci-fi, fantasy, you name it, we had it. But the money was all that mattered, and we were rolling in it. There were times along the way where we did have to get our hands dirty. The market was growing, but so was the competition. There were a few incidents, mistakes were made, but then there was the complication with the McDonald's.
Can you tell me more about this complication?
The McDonald's crime family was the biggest obstacle on our road to the top. Sure, there were some other competitors, the Culver brothers, the Wendy's crime syndicate, the Shake Shacks, and so on. But there was always one man that stood in the way. Evan 2 times McDonald. We never did get along from the start. As I mentioned before, he ran us out of the cola business, and it looked like he was gearing up to do it again. He had to be taken care of, plain and simple. It wasn't easy, but I think he eventually got the message. It all came down to one fateful night. I'll never forget it. We finally tracked Evan down after months of war. Let's go, McDonald. And that was that. With McDonald out of the way, our business began to thrive. We did it. We were on top of the world. Whether people liked it or not, we had restored order to Dexter. Evidently, there were some who didn't agree with our methods. Cigar?
Yeah, no.
Okay then, I'm gonna go hit the pizza.
Guys, you might want to see this.
My fellow Americans, there must come a time that we address the situation in the village of Dexter, Michigan. That time, however, is not today. We will allow the Whataburger crime family to continue their operations for the time being. Any questions?
But Mr. President, what about...
No further questions. The press conference is over.
Even the president himself isn't willing to stand up against us.
Damn straight.
Yeah, we practically thought we ruled the world. We thought we were unstoppable. Unfortunately, that arrogance would allow us to get sloppy, which eventually led to the end of La Cosa Nostra. At this point in time, the business was so hot that some of the local library cops had started to pick up on our trail. I don't know exactly when it started, but we figured they had been tracking us since at least the incident with the McDonald's.
What do you smell, boss?
The foul stench of injustice.
Business was as good as ever, but then it all came crashing down.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing
listening to books. Camino Verde.
Dear God. It hit us like a brick wall.
All great empires must come to an end, and audiobooks were the crack in the foundation of ours. Deals ended, supplies dwindled, and the demand for B started to fade. Everything was falling apart around us.
That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life.
That's life.
And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream. But I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around.
But just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, they did anyway. Alright, go fish. Alright, let's see here. Slippin' Jimmy, you got any threes?
Go fish.
Here's the problem, Slippin' Jimmy. You got several threes. Your whole hand is threes.
Speaking of three, Griffin Tina should be here by now.
What's the use? Let's face it, this racket's finished.
It ain't over till it's over. I don't want to hear that kind of talk anymore. Now where is this Yugarissimo?
Tell your wife that I love her.
He He died of salmonella 3 weeks later.
Griffintino's death couldn't have come at a worse time. It hit us all hard. Right as our legitimate business was crumbling, he gets mysteriously taken out. Just our luck. And then digital books hit the scene. They were the final nail in the coffin. At that point, we all knew it was over, but no one wanted to admit it. I had organized a meeting over dinner to discuss new propositions. God, will you look at this? Digital scan menus. What is this village coming to?
I hear you, boss. It makes my blood boil. I hear you too. It makes me want to like a fish.
Alright, Jimmy. Nothing we can do about it now. Well, here we are, boys. Right back where we started. Any ideas for the future?
Alright, gentlemen, who had the manicotti?
Right here.
Alright, capicola and prosciutto sandwich.
Gabagool and prosciutto.
Alright, and here's your baked ziti casserole, sir.
Thank you very much. Well, fellas, here we are. Here's to this thing of ours.
Nobody fucking move! It's over, fellas. Like regular tax evasion, thought you'd get away with that. Put it down. It's over time. Move!
You can't do this to me. I started this family. You know how much I sacrificed?
I swear, you got the wrong guy.
Alright.
I swear, I thought she was 18. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Then, you know, those library police arrested us, they took us to court, and we were found guilty of both counts. And, here we are.
Thank you for your account, Mr. Whataburger. Reflecting on all of this, do you have any thoughts about your actions over the years?
All that, and in the end you just wind up here. I guess that's how it goes. What's done is done, and I don't regret anything I did back in those days. In fact, I'm proud. As I said, we brought order to Dexter. We did what we had to. I only regret getting caught.
Any other comments you'd like to make before we wrap this up?
Sure. To my family, I'll be out of here in no time. To my friends, please, you gotta get me out of here. To my enemies, I only have 2 words. It ain't over.
Those are some strong words. So you've also evidently found time in prison to publish an autobiography?
Yeah, that's right. I don't got nothing to do around here. I just wanted to, set the record straight, just like with this interview.
Alright, so we actually have a copy of this book right here with us today. Hustlin' B Ain't Easy by Barcito, whatever the fuck.
Where?
It's a digital book, so you're gonna have to give it a second here. It's loading.
Digital?
Yeah, it's just give me a hot second.
The story you have just seen is true. The names were changed to protect the innocent. On July 24th, a trial was held in District Court 14A of the state of Michigan for the county of Washtenaw. In a moment, the results of that trial.
ain't been up on the block in a minute. I been missing out the walk with the minute. I been building up the blocks like a man. Elliot got water dripping out the ceiling. Oh my God, boy, he got a Glock. Oh my God.